All right, welcome back. We're now starting the second chapter of this unit. Get ready as we dive into more important concepts. Let's jump right in.
This training is part of the EU-funded Code4Future project. The project is coordinated by Gent GmbH in collaboration with L4Y Learning for Youth GmbH and Seyhan Danışment Gazi Anadolu Lisesi. Stay tuned for more coding content from this initiative. You can find more resources through the link provided in the description.
All right, now let's talk about functions. Functions in programming are blocks of code designed to perform a specific task. Instead of writing the same code multiple times, we create a function and reuse it whenever needed. This makes code more readable, modular, and efficient. For example, in Python, we define a function addAB that returns the sum of two numbers. In JavaScript, we define a function multiply x while y that returns the product of two numbers. By calling these functions with different values, we can perform calculations easily without rewriting code. Functions help us avoid repetition and organize code better, making programming much more efficient. Another important aspect is loop. Loops allow us to repeat a sequence of instructions until a certain condition is met. Instead of writing the same code multiple times, we use loops to make our code shorter and more efficient. There are two main types of loops. One, for loop, used when we know how many times we want to repeat something. Example, the for loop here prints numbers from 0 to 4 in Python. 2, while loop, used when we don't know in advance how many times the loop should run, and we continue until a condition is false. Example, the while loop prints numbers from 1 up to a given number. Loops help automate repetitive tasks, making programming much more powerful and efficient. All right, this is another important thing in programming: conditional statements. They help the program make decisions based on certain conditions. The if statement checks if a condition is true and then executes a block of code accordingly. For example, in this Python code, if the temperature is greater than 30, the program prints, "It's hot outside." Otherwise, it prints, "It's not that hot today." This allows our code to respond differently depending on the situation. Conditional statements are useful for creating interactive programs like checking login details, processing user input, or controlling game logic. Creating software is like building a house. You need careful planning, design, construction, testing, and maintenance to ensure it functions properly. The software development process follows 5 key stages. 1. Planning. This is the foundation of software development. Here, we define the problem, set goals, and outline the requirements of the software. This step helps us understand what the software should do and avoid costly mistakes later. 2. Designing. Before writing any code, developers create a blueprint or prototype. This includes user interfaces, UI, database structures, and system architecture to ensure smooth functionality and a great user experience. 3. Implementation. Now comes the actual coding stage, where programmers write the software based on the design. Different programming languages like Java, Python, or C++ might be used, depending on the project. 4. Testing. Just like checking a house for leaks or cracks, we need to test software for bugs and errors. Developers run multiple tests to make sure the software works as expected and fix any issues before release. 5. Maintenance. After launch, software requires updates, bug fixes, and improvements. This is an ongoing process to ensure it stays secure, efficient, and compatible with new technologies. Each of these steps plays a crucial role in delivering high-quality software. Skipping a step can lead to problems, just like skipping construction steps can lead to a weak house. We've now covered the basics of programming, but how do computers actually solve problems efficiently? This is where algorithms come in. What is an algorithm? An algorithm is a step-by-step procedure or formula for solving a problem or performing a task. It ensures that programs run efficiently and effectively. Think of an algorithm like a recipe. It gives clear steps to follow in the correct order to achieve a result. Why are algorithms important? Algorithms determine performance in tasks like sorting, organizing data efficiently, for instance, bubble sort, quick sort, searching, finding data quickly, for instance, binary search, linear search. By using the right algorithm, we can make programs faster, smarter, and more optimized. Now, we explored the fundamentals of programming, from coding basics to functions, loops, conditional statements, the software development process, and algorithms. This is just the beginning. Programming is a vast and exciting field. The more you practice, the better you'll understand how to think like a programmer and solve real-world problems. Thank you for your attention, and I encourage you to keep learning, keep coding, and keep building.